guys, what's up? It's Winnie here, and it's time for my monthly favorites already for November, and I cannot believe Christmas is literally like... But anyway, I do have some favorites that I want to show you guys, and maybe you guys can add this to your wish list for Christmas. And I have a couple of palettes here. First one is this Morphe 35F palette, which I did use in my last tutorial, and it looks like this. This palette has a lot of shimmery eyeshadows in it, which is why I like it so much. I feel like I'm getting back into shimmery shadows more so than mattes, even though this does have a whole row of matte shadows that are really, really wearable and work great for all of the other shades. And I actually really like the quality of these eyeshadows. Sometimes shimmery shadows come out not as pigmented or as shimmery as you want, but I feel like these really do. And I do find that working with your fingertips and applying them to your eyes, that kind of makes them a little bit more pigmented, but these also work really well with brushes, and same goes for the matte. And I said it in my other video, but I really think that this is the perfect fall palette. And of course you can wear it into winter or summer or whatever, but I just really, really like the warmer jewel tone colors in this palette. They're just super wearable and beautiful for this time of year. And of course, Morphe is super affordable, and you can probably find a code somewhere here online to apply to your order and save like 15–10% off, which helps. The next palette I have is another eyeshadow palette. It's from Lorac. I didn't get the first one, but I do have the second one, which came in like a blue packaging, and I was really, really disappointed by that one. I hardly ever use it. So I was already kind of skeptical about this one, but I decided to pick it up because I really like the colors in this one, and also because they were running low in store at Ulta, and I was just like, okay, I'll get it. And I thought I would just get it home, see how I felt about it before they ran out in store and I would kick myself in the butt. And luckily I do like this one a lot more compared to the Mega 2 or the blue one. Of course, I haven't had a chance to use every single one of these shades, but the ones that I have used, which are some mattes and some of these shimmers, have worked really, really well. I feel like the pigmentation is good. There's not a lot of chalkiness, whereas the Mega 2, I felt like a lot of the shades were super chalky and a little bit difficult to work with, and the color payoff wasn't that great. So I feel like this one is a lot better. I should have just done like a favorites palette video, but the next palette I have is the Narcissus Cheek Studio palette. I picked this up during the Sephora ByeBye Rouge sale, so I got 20% off of this. And honestly, I'm so glad I did, because I don't think it's available online anymore. You might be able to find it in store, but they do have some newer NARS cheek palettes available now. But this one I just thought was an amazing value. I couldn't pass it up. You get so much in this palette, and I've been using it on a daily basis. I use the bronzing shade as my contour, and I've actually used all of the blush shades, and I really like them. The only one that I probably don't use as much is this end one, which is like a really, really, really light pale pink, but all of the other ones are gorgeous on. So this is like my go-to everyday cheek and contour palette, and I do have it on today. I used this one right here for blush. I just think it's so pretty on. This one is probably my favorite because it's just really wearable for every day. And then the last palette I want to mention is from Sleek Makeup. It is the highlight palette in Solstice. I'm sure you guys have seen this and heard about it all over YouTube. I decided to pick it up because I kept seeing it everywhere, and I've always been really curious about Sleek makeup products. It's just a little bit harder to get your hands on. It's a brand in the UK, so I did have to get on Amazon to find this one, and this took a while to ship to me. I actually completely forgot that I even ordered it, and it took about a month to get to me, but I am in love with this palette. And actually, Sleek is a more affordable kind of makeup brand over there, but since I ordered it off of Amazon, I think I paid around $19 for it, and I want to say this normally retails for maybe around $8 or $9, so I definitely paid a lot more for it. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It comes with 3 highlighting powders and 1 cream highlight, which I haven't really used a lot of, but I sometimes do. I like to put it on my Cupid's bow because it just stays put. But the 3 other powder highlights are probably my absolute favorites that I've ever tried, just because they are so pigmented. Like, your highlight is blinding when you apply these. They have a very, very silvery kind of reflective shimmer to it, so that's what makes it really, really glowy. The one I use the most is probably this like peachy champagne gold one mixed with this yellowy shimmery one, and then if I really, really want to like blind someone, I will use this lavender pink one, which is the most silvery highlight. And actually, to go along with that, I have a new favorite highlighting brush that I like to use. It's from Morphe. It's the M509 brush, and I have the Morphe M5 M510 brush here to compare because this was the one that I used to use specifically for highlight, but ever since I got the new one, I've been using it a lot more and I think I like it a little bit better. And the M509 just has longer bristles on it, and it also comes kind of to a tapered point. And the 510 has shorter bristles and it has more of a rounded dome end. And I just like the longer tapered brush on the M509 because it just fits perfectly right on top of your cheekbones for the highlight. And I still use the M510, I just use it more for concentrating highlight right on the center of your cheeks, kind of to make it pop. Next, I have the IT Cosmetics ByeBye Pores Primer, and this is my new absolute favorite primer. It has replaced all of the other primers that I used to use. This just makes my skin feel like it's really well moisturized. At the same time, it smooths out the surface of my skin and it makes everything apply so nicely. It is an oil-free, poreless kind of primer, and it does say it's a serum primer, and I think that's maybe why it makes my skin feel really nice and moisturized at the same time. But I really like the fact that it comes out in a little pump. I use probably a tiny pea-sized amount of this, and that's enough for my entire face, but I really like how this goes on. It's very lightweight and it feels really nice and it just smooths over everything. And then next I have the RCMA No Color Powder. This has been my go-to setting powder for underneath the eyes and around my face. This stuff is magical. Like, I think it has definitely replaced all of the other powders that I used to use. If you like the Laura Mercier, I think you will absolutely love the No Color Powder because it just feels so silky on your skin, and this won't cause any kind of flashback. I feel like even with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, that sometimes did cast a flashback. So this one does not, and the best part of it all is this is super affordable. For 3 ounces, this will probably last me a while. I think this was maybe around like $15 or so. And then I have just a couple of non-beauty, well, they're kind of beauty related, but first I have some glasses. These are actually the glasses that I posted on my Instagram, which I will insert a picture of right here. So quick story, I went to LA recently and I completely forgot to pack my contacts, and at the time I was wearing my glasses, these guys right here, and although I love these and I do wear them a lot, these are made of plastic and they're really wide, so they don't sit very well on my face, especially if I have to wear them around all day and I'm doing things. They tend to like slide because I have a very low nose bridge. So I stopped into the Jin's store just to look around, and I actually found these babies, which are really different from what I'm used to. If you guys can see these two compared to each other, my frames are normally like really like basic looking. They're a little bit thicker, they're usually made out of plastic, and these are really thin. You can like barely see the frame because it is so thin. It is metal and they literally feel like nothing. I had these on all day and I was ready to go to bed and I forgot these were still on my face, but you really can't like feel them on because they're so lightweight. And if you can see on camera, they're kind of reflecting blue off of the lenses, and that's because these lenses are actually made to reflect the blue rays off of your computer screen or your phone screen. So these actually help reduce the strain from the rays on your eyes, and that is perfect for me because I'm always on my computer and I'm always on my phone. And I posted a picture on Instagram, like I said, and Jin's actually saw the picture and they reached out and they were kind enough to offer you guys 15% off if you are interested. So you can use my code, which is LeSassafras. I'll put it on the screen and down below, but you can save 15% off of yours. They do have a lot of other styles for frames and stuff, but I was kind of drawn to these because they look so different from what I'm used to having, and this is kind of the new like trendy style that they have in. And last but not least, I just have a must-have item for all of you guys who travel a lot and you need to do your makeup in like really crappy lighting. This has been like my best friend and savior for when I travel. It's a travel vanity light up mirror, and I'm trying not to blind you guys, but it has a huge mirror surface that adjusts and tilts, and this takes batteries in the back that you can switch on and off, or it also comes with a USB cord that you can just plug into the wall or wherever you can, and you don't have to worry about the batteries. It also has a touch on and off, and you can also adjust the brightness of the lights on both sides of the mirror with the button. This has been such a useful mirror for me. I take it with me anytime I travel anywhere because I already know the lighting in hotel rooms can be really dark and hard to work with, so I I just plug in my mirror, turn on the light, and I'm good to go. And that is pretty much everything that I have for you guys in my November favorites. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will have all of the links to everything that I mentioned in the description box down below if it's available online. And let me know in the comments down below what kind of holiday videos you guys want to see from me next. And don't forget to check out my Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, which are all linked down below. And also a really quick reminder, if you are from the Dallas area, I'm having my Mac meetup tomorrow, Thursday, December 1st from 5 to 7 at North Park Center. All of the information is down below, and I really, really hope to see you there. I would love to meet you.